Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more BattleTech. Well, we've got one more mission to do here, so let's go ahead and see what we can do. So this is a base capture, and it is in a Martian environment. 4 skulls, and you know what? That's a decent chunk of salvage there. 5 priority picks and 23 extras. I think that could be the way that we go here today. Again, money's not bad, but again, that's almost 2 full mechs, maybe even some other miscellaneous bits and bobs. I think salvage is the way to go. So we'll go ahead and accept that today against the Taurians, and we'll go ahead and kit out our lance. Now, our Marauder 2 is ever so slightly scuffed. There's about 5 points of structural damage in the on the side torso. I think this will be fine. We don't normally take a huge amount of heat, so I think we're going to go ahead and leave that be. We're going to go ahead though and make sure that we have some decent friends, just to make sure that we have, we're not taking all of the firepower there. I'm thinking what we could do is, let's see, well, we could go ahead and bring along something like a griffin. That wouldn't be the worst, although it is a little bit light. Maybe, you know what, maybe we bring along our Black Knight. That wouldn't be a bad choice at all. We've got some decent lasers, we've got some solid heat sinking, it's nice and heat efficient, and yeah, I think that will work out rather well. So let's go ahead and bring that along. And do we want to put that there, or do we want to swap that around at all? Well, if we do keep the, oh, actually, you know what, maybe our Zeus is also quite chill. You know, let's have a look at our heat efficiency for a second. We're only generating 12. We do have a lot of heat sinks which will be impacted. You know what? I think we'll keep Archangel there. That should be fine. And then let's see, the Zeus. Yeah, we'll move that a little bit quicker. And do we bring the Annihilator as well, just to be safe? I can't see it being a bad thing. They might have turrets, they might have a few things, and those autocannons are going to be particularly solid. Yeah, okay then, you know what, I think we're going to run with this. Only a slight change from our last loadout, but it should be fine. Let's go ahead and jump on in. Alright, so our contract is for a little bit of data piracy. We've been monitoring communication traffic on Olhut and discerned a pattern. There's a well-defended Taurian base that we suspect of being a secure data storage facility. We'd like your team to land, capture the base, and complete image of the contents of their databases. Once the Taurian forces realize what we're doing, they'll launch a counter-offensive, so we'll need you to stay in the field until the download is complete. Okay, so straightforward. Capture the Taurian data storage facility. This shouldn't be all that difficult, but we need Dr. Maraud on the ground to do the actual data hacking. She's already agreed to go in with with your team. Okay, so let's jump on in.
Command interface initiated.
And let's see what the terrain looks like. Alright, once you reach the base, I'll be able to start extracting the data. It shouldn't take very long. I can't imagine their data security is very sophisticated. Physical security, on the other hand, I'm seeing what looks like turrets around the facility. We should get eyes on that base before we charge in shooting. This should be a good vantage point. Okay?
Oddly enough, I could get used to a place like this.
Well, let's start moving on up. I'm not thinking that's going to be too complicated. They might have... Oh, okay. It looks like they've got a turret down here. They'll have a turret up there. A third one back here. And I think we might have seen this setup before, where they have a turret in the center of the base. And I feel like... yeah, it'll be somewhere around there. But regardless, we still need to make our way on and up. Let's bring everybody across and up the, I don't know, are those sand dunes? Probably not. Just some very rocky terrain. Alright, let's continue the Annihilator's shuffle. Okay, it looks like we have contact. 45-ton mech, a 70-ton mech, and an 80-ton mech. Alright, let's go.
Aye, aye.
Let's put the Marauder in prime position. I'm thinking we go ahead and we put you here.
Copy that.
Our Zeus
I
we
live to
can
serve.
shuffle around. Our Black Knight, you know what? Let's maybe take some fire with you. Yeah, let's move on
Going.
up. What are we dealing with? We have an Archer 2R with LRM 20s and medium lasers, and then an awesome 8T. Okay, so more LRMs than PPCs with this. Okay. Lots of knockdown power, duly noted. And then, of course, there is the 45-ton mech back over there. I think we'll travel... We'll scoot over here just so we can see everybody.
Roger that.
Or at least as many as we can, and we'll figure out what to do as combat starts. So that does look like a Phoenix Hawk. And that is not what moved, so hang on a second. Have they got extra company? Yes they do. There's another 45-ton mech taking our flank.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, well, Rannoch, we do have enough for a precision strike here. I think that could be advisable. We could go ahead, march on up and take care of that awesome nice and swiftly. And I think that that is what we will do. It's got some pretty quick movement here. Fairly...
Coordinates received.
Not quick movement, but decent initiative compared to what we've got. And it does have an advanced pilot. I believe he's got that perk to bring up his initiative, because that should be an assault mech, I'm fairly sure. Alright, let's go ahead and open fire. We'll see if we can remove this guy from the board before he even begins to pick up some evasion.
All weapons, fire.
Okay, well, that'll do.
That one's gone.
Alright, well, so far I think I have an idea of what we're going to salvage. Okay, looks like the Phoenix Hawk's moving on up. No dangers there. Let's bring... let's see, we do have you all the way over here. We can actually get eyes on target. Who else have we got? We don't have anyone else with the indirect fire. Well, that is a bit of a predicament. We're not gonna... Oh, wait a second. We can technically see from here. Could maybe put some pulse lasers and a flamer on the Phoenix Hawk, and then... Yep, some LRMs over there. Yeah, you know what? We can survive a single barrage from an Archer. That'll be fine. Let's move on up. We'll go ahead and multi-target. So LRMs over here for that Hatchet Man. Make sure that we hit that right-hand side. Not that we have much of a choice, but remove that hatchet is always a solid plan. Oh, it is in the radiation field. That's a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Everything else will fire the pulses and the flamer at the Phoenix Hawk.
Roger.
Who knows? Oh, well, there goes the hatchet, so that's perfect. Phoenix Hawk is getting a little toasty already, which is always fun to see. Alright, focusing in on the Zeus, no big trouble.
Reporting. Heavy damage.
Let's take...
Orders?
Let's see, let's take our Black Knight. How far can we get? We could fire that large laser at the Hatchet Man, but honestly, I think we just let that thing get close. Although maybe taking out that AC-10 wouldn't be bad either. Yeah, 2 large lasers. Maybe we put the rest against the Phoenix Hawk. You know, we could do a whole stack worse than that, so I think that that will be sufficient. Let's go ahead and shuffle up.
Rolling.
We'll take those shots there. You never know, if we can take that out, we'll basically render that thing useless. Alright, let's go ahead and open fire.
Splitting fire on multiple targets.
Alright, 2 misses. Not quite what I was hoping for, but it will do. The Phoenix Hawk was rather lucky there. A lot of those shots missed, which I thought would hit. Oop, and we're being targeted by a sensor lock. Alright, well that is annoying.
Ready for orders.
Well then, I guess that leaves us with very few options here. Let's go ahead and... What to do? I think we go ahead and we march the Annihilator up the hill for a bit. And then... Oh, we could actually get some decent shots on a couple of targets. Okay, you know what? We'll go ahead and do this. We'll fire... let's see. Pretty much everything except maybe one autocannon 10 We'll send that towards the archer just to strip it of some evasion. Although we could also just try and make sure that this thing doesn't survive too well. Hey, you know what? Those odds aren't going to get any better. Let's just fire here. Alright, well, there goes their there goes their capability to stab us in the back. Oh, some sniper turrets. Okay, hang on. What have we got? Looks like some autocannon fire.
It's go time.
Okay, not as much as it could have been, but certainly not nothing. We do need to be careful in that regard.
Orders.
Let's move our Marauder forwards and can we? Oh, we're not going to be able to get any extra position here. Alright, we're definitely firing into its side arc. Let's move as far up as we can, whilst still maintaining range. Let's see, 45%, that's not very good, but I think that's a range issue. 55. You know what, that will be sufficient. Let's go ahead and shuffle up. Alright, there's a facility, Commander. Oh, there weren't meant to be any units in the base, Commander. Sounds like our employees had their own data security problems. Folks, I just spotted more engine signatures. Mech's powering up. More bad guys on their way to you, boss. Just like that time on Axilus, Don't worry, I work well under pressure. Okay, just like I said, turrets, watch yourself, Commander.
You need to secure the area, Commander. I'm still seeing hostile contacts on screen.
Lots of fun here. So they have an assault turret. I'm not sure exactly which one fired at us before. I'm thinking maybe this one, given the terrain. But again, we want to take out their spotters. Otherwise, we'll be in some trouble here. This will push us over the edge, so I guess we're going to go ahead and just fire off our lasers. Let's go for the headshot and see if we can remove one of their spotters.
Engage target.
Alright, excellent. No damage reduction. That was enough damage. That is perfect for us. That's one less problem. The Zeus is getting attacked fairly
Showing minor damage.
fairly heavily, but it seems to be from multiple angles. Let's just check in with things. Alright, we're definitely taking a bit more damage than I was expecting, but that's okay. We have the tonnage to
Good to go.
make this work. I think what we do here...
Yes, Commander.
Let's see... Well, you know what? We can probably go ahead and move decently far. We could even get eyes on that target.
Waiting for orders.
The Zeus, though, I think what we do here is let's just go ahead and... LRMs, 50s, 65s. We might end up traveling back. Wait, 55. Hang on a second. Where was the better angle there? Medium pulses, we can get up to 75%. Alright, I guess that will be good enough. Fire the LRMs. And I guess we'll just deal with the turrets in the next
Wait your command.
bit.
Receiving you.
Oh, actually, you know what? No. What we're going to do is we're going to bring up our Black Knight here. So what we're going to do is take shots. If we can get the kill here, that would be wonderful. If not, that's not too bad. But it'll boost up our probability of... actually, no, never mind. Let's just go with a precision strike. There we go. Let's see what we can do here to the Hatchet Man.
Locked on target.
Okay, well, I guess it survives.
I think things are going swimmingly.
But that's okay if you ask me. That's going to soften it up enough for our Zeus. So let's just move you over here. We'll go ahead and shuffle on up. You there, 85%. We only need a few of these to hit. Let's go with... Let's drop an LRM 15 just to save us a little bit of heat. I think between, yeah, an LRM 10, an LRM 15 and 2 medium pulses, that should be more than enough for that 50 points of danger. In fact, the 2 pulses are probably enough as it is, but I'm just going to make sure that no one can spot us.
Firing on target. Target eliminated.
Alright, a little bit of overkill, but it does mean that that's going to greatly reduce the capacity of their turrets, which I am definitely okay with. So let's get the Annihilator up and running. Yeah, no point in sensor locking anything. But we'll move up there and cool back down.
Let's hit them hard.
Okay, let's
Ready
see.
for orders.
The Marauder can go ahead and take this out right now. Do we bother, or do we even go ahead and sprint? I guess technically we could get eyes on that second turret. This would give us fairly prime position. We wouldn't be able to be shot by these two if we can destroy both of them in time. And I think that that's going to be acceptable. Yeah, let's just go ahead and move up and cool down. I think that is how we'll play it. And can we avoid any of the rough terrain penalties? No, it seems like it's a non-negotiable if we want to see both of them, which I do. So, alright, let's just take it and see what happens.
Full speed.
Oh, and I stand corrected. It looks like they have a heavy laser turret that is within range. Alright, another heavy laser turret and the AC-20 and SRMs. Alright, well, probably want to make sure that AC-20 goes down sooner than later.
Let's do this.
But we'll have to see how that goes. Alright, so let's shuffle on up here and we'll fire off those LRMs at the
They will be done.
wait a second, do we go with the LRMs? No. You've only got one option here. Maybe you go over there. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do too much here. Let's just travel. Avoid the radiation. Yeah, we'll just put some damage on the target. This does at least let us cool down in good chunks, so that is helpful.
Yes, Commander.
The Zeus, we can go ahead and... let's see, what do we need? We need 145. We can't get those pulses online. I guess it's nothing but LRMs then.
On my way.
Alright, well, we'll go ahead and take our shots. Let's see, this will be 60, that'll be another 90, that's 150. Alright, everything just to be safe. And we still cool down, of course, too, so it's not the worst. Yeah, that'll do.
Launch up.
We could have definitely possibly done that with just the two LRM-15s, but again, we have ammunition to spare,
I've been sensor locked.
and I'd rather
Waiting for orders.
do things safely. So, looks like we can also get some good targeting data on that heavy laser turret. Let's move on up and obliterate. Let's see, what do we need? 232, that's 80. That's probably enough between these three, but you know what? Ammunition's not exactly scarce.
Acknowledge.
We'll make it go.
That turret is gone.
Alright, and then our final turret. It looks like they have some lasers being shot at us. Not that they appeared, but we can assume. Alright, so let's go ahead and make sure that we get eyes on the final options. Let's travel... I don't know, I guess we'll stay as far out of range as possible whilst still seeing everything, just in case it is another AC-20 or SRMs and whatnot. A little bit of distance will not go astray. Yep, heavy sniper turret, 2 PPCs, 4 AC-2s.
Commander.
That's definitely what needs to be removed first and foremost. Let's move the Zeus a little.
Order received.
We're absolutely focusing on this. No if, buts, and or maybes.
Engaging target.
Alright, and now we just need a light dose of damage, which, ooh dear, we might not actually be getting here. Oh, that is a problem. Alright, well... You know what? At this point, I think it's just going to be easy enough if we just run along. I think that's going to be our safest bet. Okay, well, kind of hoping. Let's see how this goes. We hadn't been hit so far, so we have plenty of armor.
Is that all you got?
But I'm definitely not thrilled at the prospects of what we just saw. Let's go ahead and... can we become a better target? I don't know, but it will have to do. Alright, come on, please split your fire a little bit. I really would prefer it not being targeted. Oh, but it looks like it's got terrible accuracy, so you know what? I'm okay with this for now.
I'm picking up a new sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Alright, where are these reinforcements coming in from? That is the question. They could be over the hill. Oh, no, not turrets over there.
Good to go.
Alright, well, I don't have much in the way of ideas as to who's going to be shooting at us. So, yeah, let's just step on up and make sure that the turrets don't exist. We'll go ahead and just fire off our medium lasers. We need, what was that? 232. That'll be 100. Yeah, definitely not enough, but it's fairly minimal. Oh, you know what? Vigilance? No. No. It'll be fine. We don't need that. Let's just open fire.
Firing on target.
I was just thinking of the reinforcements, but I think we'll save that for one of our heavier mechs.
Receiving you.
Alright, let's bring our Zeus up. Let's go ahead and shoot.
Heading out.
What do we need? 42 and 10. Okay, well, that's easy enough. Let's go ahead and there we go. Target that other one.
Taking the shot.
Alright, so there goes the base's turrets.
That turret is gone.
That should be all of that problem sorted. We do have enemies having a turn. So they're somewhere around. Let's bring the Annihilator up as high as we can. Just to check if they're over there. The Zeus... Oh, you know what? We may as well go ahead and take the
Position confirmed.
prime position. We'll shuffle you up here just because I do have... Yep, okay. Our inkling was indeed correct. Alright, well, who have we got left? We have our Black Knight. Where are you? All the way over here. Yeah, there's not much you are going to accomplish. We just need to get you up and moving. No point in... vigilance? No, we are the last one, so you know what? Maybe there is a point. We've got nothing else left to try, so we may as well go ahead and, I don't know, take the damage reduction if by some miracle they get line of sight. And fire some LRMs.
Yeah.
Alright, so you know what? Looks like we're all good. Let's go ahead and let them run onto the field of battle. Our evasion's not going to get any better. Alright, looks like they have a quick draw. Alright, fair play, fair play. Let's reserve once more.
Action.
And I see...
What's up, boss?
Next to nobody. Alright, so we can go ahead and open fire if we desire.
Let's do this.
Could also go ahead and move and shoot the Zeus. I think at this point... I don't know, are we really going to accomplish that much? Probably not. But I guess we may as well open fire, hey?
Roger.
Just on the off chance they've brought an assault mech, we're still able to do something.
Acknowledge.
Alright. That's a lot of armor gone.
Commander.
That's actually quite nice. And there goes all of its evasion, and I do think that was it having a turn. Alright, looks like we got... Yeah, one of them. That's alright. Alright, let's see. Who else have we got? We have the Marauder, and let's bring our Black Knight up. Let's run you as far as we can.
Double time. Let's go.
Again, let's just initiative sync as we can to just see if there is anything else trudging
Commander.
further behind us.
Commander.
The Marauder, do we really want to move up? got some pretty solid shots here. You know, let's take the precision strike back here. We won't move too much further forwards. Yep, because there they have it. They have some extra friends. A 75 and an 80-ton mech. Let's go ahead and, you know what? Let's save the AC-20 for now. There's no cover, there's no evasion, none of all the extra stuff. We'll save that for maybe a bigger issue. We can always clean this up with the Annihilator.
Got it.
And it looks like that may be required. Alright, well then.
Good to go.
Good for you, big man. You've got some solid targeting data.
Affirmative.
Go ahead and make that quick draw break apart, would you? Yeah, there we go. Let's open fire.
Confirmed. Mech destroyed.
Alright, and just taking note here, the reinforcements 25% down, but we only see 2. So there's definitely somebody else hanging around. Alright, let's see if we can make them move on up. I want to see what they are before we do too much. Yeah, so he's kind of sprinting. We'll see what we can get from the others. Oh, and there's a 90-ton mech. Alright, well, that is our assault that we want to go after. Okay, interesting that it moved up early. What do we reckon?
Receiving
I'm
you.
not particularly sure, but you know what I can do, though? We can, happily.
Standing by.
Let's see. Who can we... Well, we could move up and shoot, but that would only be our large lasers. I think we try and get our Black Knight into the fray of things. I would love to see what's back there. But it looks like that's not going to be available to me. Oh, that's so irritating. Yeah, look, you know what? We're going to go ahead and move up just so there's alternate targets to the Marauder.
I am the wind.
And our vision is ever so close to the cusp there. Alright, oh, and you know what? That actually works out well. That awesome can shuffle on up. Let's bring...
Yes, Commander.
Let's bring our Zeus across.
Moving to position.
And then, since both of these are prime opportunities, let's go ahead for a multi-target. Let's take out the... Orion predominantly, and we'll send the LRM-10 just to strip the Awesome's evasion. That'll do.
Multiple targets confirmed.
Alright, so we'll start to work on that. Again, as you can see, they have some elite pilots there with the flanking and recon. So these guys could be a little bit of a curiosity as to what they're going to bring. Alright.
Standing by.
Let's see. Well, we've only got 2 of you left. I think we go ahead and we march on up right now. We're going to have better initiative than both of these guys, so we're going to go ahead and see what this assault mech is. And see what we're doing. Alright, a Highlander 733. You know what? We do not have one of those in our stores right now. I think this is time for a precision strike and see if we can take this thing home.
Affirmative.
Excellent.
Tango down.
Didn't even make it onto the official battlefield. That is exactly what we wanted to see. Alright, let's take the Annihilator, and you know what? Maybe we go ahead and we take a shot at the Orion. Yeah, you know what? Let's go for a precision strike. You never know, we might be able to get this. The odds are pretty good, but if we miss, we could always follow through to the Awesome behind.
Firing a full salvo. Ah, damn.
Oh,
Let's
and we
do this.
got the kill. Fantastic.
One less target.
After all, what is it? One of the rules of gun safety, always know what you're firing at and what is behind it. Because again, you never point your rifle at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy, so... I think, yeah, I think that's a very good use right there. But either way, let's go ahead and move on up. I don't think we'll have the heat capacity here for the ultra autocannon. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn that off and see if between everybody else we can make this awesome less awesome, or at least give the pilot a less awesome day.
I'm on it.
Alright, that did look like every single shot missed the cockpit.
Standing by.
That is a disappointment, to say the least. Alright. time for some missiles.
Target confirmed.
Well, structure's exposed. How are we looking? Okay, mainly on the side torso. It's got a good chunk of armor in front of the LRM ammo, but you would kind of hope so.
Commander?
Never really understood putting all of the ammunition right in the center torso. Doesn't give you much wiggle room. Alright, but either way, let's go ahead and shuffle on up. I think we give the Black Knight an attempt at the kill here. Let's see what we can do. 18%, we've got a lot of solid damage dealers.
Target acquired.
Alright, well, we did get an injury.
Solid connection on that one.
Looks like he's going to have a turn, though. Yep, well within minimum ranges right there.
Took a hard hit there.
Alright, so that awesome is not that concerning. Yeah, very much ready to break down. Looks like we could easily pop off an arm with some large lasers, some heat sinks, and all that jazz. If
Waiting for orders.
if things don't get any better, let's move our Annihilator up.
Confirmed.
Do we take a shot just to you know what? We'll go ahead and take a singular shot with the best accuracy AC-10 just to burn through its evasion. I'm not really looking for anything crazy here. If we popped off the side torso, I'm cool with that, but if not, oh well. Ranek. Actually, you know what? Let's try and give the Black Knight a turn. Let's see if we can give you the kill here. Alright, let's get nice and close. We can get those machine guns. Yeah, there we are. We're just going to absolutely, well, push the odds in our favor. Would you look at that? That is a huge amount of damage to be done. 18% chance for that headshot. We need 26 points of damage. Realistically, well, we have 4 weapons that can do this outright, and a litany of things that will definitely add on up. So let's see what we can do.
Acknowledge.
Well, that was lethal damage. Dropship inbound for landing. We're gonna get in and out quick. Excellent work. Alright, and done. That's all the data, Commander. I'm ready for extraction.
Mission successful.
Well, what a fantastic little mission there. I think we're going to be walking home with some new mechs that we did not have. We've got some very solid salvage and no real injuries or structural damage to be concerned of. So we did get an extra 10% twice over for the side objectives, bringing us up to 127,000 C-bills. Everybody got a kill, which is nice to see. And so, yeah, that is fine. We did take some armor damage, but again, it wasn't the be-all and end-all. Let's go ahead and find... Where is that 90-ton mech? That Highlander. Let's go ahead and we will equip you. Hang on a second. There we go. We want that and that. As for everything else, any super fancy weapons that we really desire... You know what? The large lads with extra damage definitely does appeal to me. So do the medium lasers with extra damage, all 3 of them. But do we go for salvage? How much do we... You know what? We're not really at a point where we need the money per se, but we do spend a lot of money on things that we want, and I think that these medium lasers are worthwhile. So we'll go ahead and we'll take those. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Oh yeah, comm systems with extra resolve gain. That is something that wouldn't be bad either. But either way, let's see what the dice roll. We've got our mech. That's the main thing. Okay, so we got part of an archer, part of an awesome, our full Highlander, and part of a quick draw. A bunch of weapons, and a decent amount of equipment. Alright, very sad that with all of those parts of mechs just lying around, we did not take home everything that we could have. But you know what? I was hoping for a couple more parts, just given the ratio of salvage. But either way, that is now a Highlander 733 out of the way. I've gone ahead and between episodes I've actually redone my list just to make sure that I know what mechs we still need for the for our career. It turns out we still have a decent number of mechs we need.
That mech you wanted is back online.
So yeah, we actually have, what is this? Three light mechs we're looking for, 3 mediums, 3 heavies, and then about, what's this? Let me just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 assaults left, not including the Highlander that we just collected. So, yeah, definitely an interesting situation to be in, but I'm glad that we at least know what we need. Alright, so let's head to the navigation. There's nothing much that's going to be done here. Let's head to the star map and let's move on up to Ferris? Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Black market, again, available. 120,000, 23 days. It's a good chunk of time, but there's nothing else we can really do. We do want to head back to Independence at some point, but that's 35 days. And we do have a couple of flashpoints, which I think, yeah, 88 days. It's probably worth heading up in this direction so we can get some of these completed as well. They often give us some pretty decent benefits, so that's what we're going to go for. Let's head on up. 120,000.
By your command.
Not exactly super crazy money. Oh, and before I forget, oh dear, let's quickly pause. We need to fix up some of our mechs. That's right. We sustained a little bit of injury in others, and we've got ourselves new weapons, so we definitely have... Ah, right, yes. I didn't buy everything, but oh well, it is what it is. We've got more things that I care for. We'll see what happens at the next place. So, we're going to go ahead and refit our Marauder 2 with our Gauss rifle. We're going to drop off that UAC-20, which is... it's kind of a bittersweet situation. I do love that gun. It's awfully powerful, and but the good news is we don't need half as much ammunition, which is fantastic news, so that's a lot less dangerous. And the Gauss rifle is, well, it's a particularly good weapon here. Look at that. 13 tons with 2 tons having been shaved off. 1 less slot as well. 75 damage directly, as well as 5 structural no matter what we hit, and only 5 heat, which is going to make us incredibly heat efficient. So with our ammunition, we need to go ahead and make sure we have some of that. Let's see, 8 rounds of ammunition. Let's make that 16, and we still have 1 ton left over. This is where the questions start popping up. How's our heat efficiency? 69. Okay, so there's nothing that's going to change here too much. Let's maybe... Oh, right, we can also buff up our weapon systems as well. Let's drop off the extra accurate medium lasers and go for ones with extra damage. In fact, it looks like we have the perfect amount to bring all our weapons in line. That is very nice. Still got a little bit of extra. What do we do? Well, the heat sinking would be fine. Our heat efficiency remains perfectly balanced. And let's be fair, what's that? Only an extra 9 heat sinking. Even if we're in a bad territory, even if we're in an atmosphereless territory, we're going to be fine as far as our heat sinking is concerned. So maybe we go ahead and throw in a jump jet? We could go for that. Let's see, we've already got the energy. Oh, wait, maybe we go ballistic. What have we got here? 3 tons? If we have anything that weighs a single ton, maybe we could throw that on just for the bonus accuracy on that Gauss rifle. That'd be phenomenal. And I'm pretty sure we don't even get any recoil issues. Yeah, that would be fun. Although... yeah, you know what, for now, let's just go ahead and throw in a jump jet. You never know, it could come in handy at some point. Why? I don't know. But I'd rather not have wasted... yeah, wait. You never know, a little bit of extra maneuverability could be good for those little awkward positions when we get stuck into a... what do we call it? Into one of those terrain things that we thought we could run through and then we find out that we cannot. Alright, so since we've gone ahead and upgraded all of that, we have some old medium lasers we can go ahead and throw onto our older Marauder. So, you know what, give me a second and I'll just quickly pop those through and repair up the mech. Okay, so that was nice and easy. We have ourselves some slightly heavier hitting medium lasers, and then some with some very nice accuracy buffs. Nothing else can really be done there, so we'll go ahead and complete that order there. That should be fine. As for everything else, do we have any new components that we really want to go ahead and throw on in? Oh, we also didn't buy any extra ammunition, did we? Bother. Alright, well, you know what? That's fine. It's just going to have to be what it is. Is there anything here that we want to throw on into our mechs? I'm not seeing anything phenomenal. No, I'm seeing... Maybe we could throw in a couple of pulses. I don't know anything that's touting a PPC at this point. But we do have some options there. Small lasers, we could go ahead and buff on up. We do have a couple of good ones there. Alright, so you know what? Give me a second. I'm going to have a quick peruse of our available lineup, and I'll see what needs modifying. Okay, so we have finished up with all of our little upgrades. Nothing too drastic. In fact, it was all fairly mundane upgrades. So here on the Banshee, here we went from some basic medium lasers to some slightly modified ones for some critical. Our Assassin, we dropped 2 of the small lasers and added a small pulse instead, with a little less heat and bonus damage. So that'll be a nice little accuracy buff, as well as some more damage overall. Not to mention, we also did swap out our other small laser for one that hits slightly harder. Our Phoenix Hawk, very similar thing here. We just modified the... we swapped for some modified medium lasers. The Centurion, again, nothing crazy there, more or less the exact same thing. Our Griffin, we upgraded our we upgraded our, I think it was a pulse laser, for one with less heat. Our Griffin 2N, we did the same thing for its ER medium laser. We did that to a more damaging variety. Our Atlas got a slight upgrade for an SRM4, and, well, that's really it. Nothing that fantastic, if I'm being perfectly honest. But we have used up all of our modified weapons that we could possibly use, so it's just going to have to be as it is. Alright, but it looks like we've got more pirates ambushing the Argo. Blaring klaxons interrupt an otherwise quiet morning routine as several fast-moving ships appear, pacing the Argo. Darius broadcasts their hail to the bridge. You're flying through our space, strangers, and it's awfully dangerous out here. Just awful, especially for a ragged-looking ship like the Argo, is it? Tell you what, we'll provide you with safe passage for a price, of course. You consider your options, and Sumaya pipes up, Commander, if you can buy me some time, I could do a rapid fire-up of the Leopard. That'll teach him not to mess with us. You know what? Well liked by the pirates in the region. Let's go ahead and that'll work. You say we've been straight with these criminals in the past. I'll see if we can get a deal. After you drop the names of some black market contracts the company has dealt with in the past, the pirates reluctantly accept your story. Well, I can see you've been around and you've caught me in a good mood, plus my people are tired and our holds are full. Next time I see you in my space though, you'll pay up, with interest. Morale has increased. Okay, one more before we have maxed that out, which is perfectly fine. I'm sure we'll get there in proper time, but nothing too concerning as it currently stands. Alright, so either way, we'll go ahead and make our jump. We'll let Yang finish up his work, and I guess he can have some time off for a little bit, which will be rather nice. Though that said though, if you'd like to join on in with some of our mechs, we are still accepting MechWarrior submissions. If you've got a character you'd like to see on the series, be sure to let us know in the comments section below. All that we need is a first name, last name, and call sign, and we can recruit you onto the Argo with the rest of Leviathan Smart. We do appreciate all contributions, though of course it isn't necessary, but if you're going to be sitting through episodes this far through, it might be something you could be interested in. So yeah, that is still up and running. Alright, so either way, it looks like we're going to make our final jump, which is fantastic. We can make our way on our own now. So the question is, how many days away are we traveling from the jump point? That is the real question for us. Alright, 3 days. Okay, Not the worst, not the best. We'll just have to see. Alright,
like we've arrived,
so
Commander.
here we go. Let's go ahead and check out the store, as is protocol. Yeah, my bad. We probably could have purchased some other stuff before we left, but oh well, it is what it is. I guess, yeah, sometimes I can get a little bit distracted. Alright, so anything phenomenally good that I really want to get my hands on? Not at this stage. No, oh, actually, you know what? We could maybe take the SRM. That wouldn't be a bad one. Extra damage and stability. That is a solid upgrade, which I'm sure we need on a few mechs.
Available.
In fact, we can do the same for the SRM-4 as well.
New weapon systems available.
A UAC 5. That wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick that up. I know of a mech or two that could use
New
that.
weapon systems available.
A gyro for extra melee, a heat bank, a TTS. Ooh. 1 ton, and it's for our ballistics. 3 million, though, is a pretty hefty price. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if we need it that much. Alright, but either way, we've got that. I guess we could also go ahead and potentially buy a Banshee. We do need one of each of these. That would cost us 12 million though for all that, or maybe even just 3.5. But I think that's where we're going to call things for today. Nothing screaming that it needs our attention, but we will go ahead and pick up some contracts and make a quick buck or two. But that is for tomorrow. So if you do want to see that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning in to the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan signing out.